Friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name's Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, amazing viewers. Today's reading, we're looking at the energy coming in towards you with this new moon. Now, all my readings are timeless, so if you're watching outside of the posting of this video, this will be energy coming in with the next new moon. So as long as the message resonates for you, then you are certainly meant to find that reading at the time you found the reading. So use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether the messaging is right for you. All right. And it is absolutely okay to be drawn to multiple piles. Could be multiple messages, aspects in regards to your situation, your energy that is being pulled through. Okay. So 3 options for this pick a card reading to look at, and sit with this. Whichever option feels like it's calling to you will most likely have the message for you with the energy of this new moon. So option number 1, we have the butterfly. The timestamp will be in the description box and in the pinned comment below. It will take you directly to your pick. Option number 2 is this yellow birdie. Option number 3 are these 3 pink roses. All right, so sit with this energy, and I will see you guys at your pick. Hello, hello, beautiful, gorgeous angels. Pile number 1, you guys picked this butterfly. For your pick, we're looking at the energy coming in with this new moon and what's going on around you energetically. So I've pre-shuffled oracle cards. I've not looked at these. Use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear to determine whether the messaging is right for you. We will lay these out, which is an opportunity for you to sit with your intuition. If you want, you can jump straight away to the channeled reading, the main reading, which I'll put a timestamp, although sometimes channeling does come through as I lay these cards out, so it's certainly up to you however you feel comfortable here, although I do recommend, if you're trying to see if this is your pile and develop your intuition, best way is to sit throughout the card layout and tune your intuition into mine and see what we see here. Okay, so let's take a look. I've asked Spirit here what's coming in with this new moon energetically for you, and see what Spirit's wanting to communicate for you. So we have number 12 with Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. Those of you guys who have been here for a while will probably know exactly what I'm going to say. Pile number 2 has a yellow birdie. So you could certainly have been pulled to pile 2 or weren't sure. Maybe you were deciding between the 2. There could be a link. My readings, generally the energies are connected. Sometimes all 3 piles are connected in some way. Okay, so it could be, if you're dealing with multiple people, another person, or just your situation from a different perspective, could be pulling through energetically in the second pile. So let's carry on. Now it's a sing your own song. It's a little crown. So I'm feeling Emperor energy coming through here. Aries energy. Sing your own song. Getting empowered. Joy. Look at this beautiful yellow pulling through. Yellow is all about confidence, because it sits with the solar plexus. Having the confidence and being empowered. So joy. We have white raven spirit, trust in the magic. Another bird pulling through. 66 is a master number. Service as a source of joy, in which one pours from an overflowing cup and not martyrdom. So knowing how it is that we give and what we give to. Birds are all about communication. Sometimes it could represent our siblings. Both of these birds are looking left, and they're both sort of stationary. Neither are flying. I feel like there's an energy here of being in the weeds of something here, potentially with someone else. We're not quite sure, because we're really close to a situation here, rather than maybe gaining another perspective. Or I feel we're sort of in a situation in which we feel maybe stuck or in the weeds or uncertain about our own position or what we can do. So we have the shadow person here This could represent our own ego. Getting devil energy, Capricorn energy from this shadow person. I'm also getting Scorpio energy. So we have helm, navigation, control, and journey. Okay, so maybe how to navigate. We have spider. Spider, I'm getting Scorpio energy from this, although it's earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here. This is all about creation. Creation. Creative energy. Could be the underworld as well with this shadow person here. And the underworld is things in the shadow here that we don't maybe recognize yet within ourselves. So we have maturity. Okay, let's put that right here. And we have fulfillment. Got a peach and the moon in the distance here. Moon is all about the subconscious, the shadows. Fulfillment, certainly all about joy. Okay, and we have number 2 with events. It says loss here. We have a sailboat in the sea that looks like it broke free from this dock location here. Loss. Okay. 2 is all about balance, duality, choices, partnership. See 2 birds here. Could certainly be dealing with another person here. Door, opportunities are waiting for you. Don't take words so literal here as we do the energy that we feel. Getting the sailboat is pink. And pink color here could represent divine feminine energy. Also, love is pulling through, self-love, unconditional love. Okay. What else do we see here? We have scissors, disappointment in some affair. Okay. And we have money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. So money is represented here by pentacles. And so pentacles is the practical world, whatever abundance, wealth is. We have fulfillment here. Could certainly be money, but let's see what more we see here. We have another spider here. And this is rotation. Number 69. Rotation. Okay. And then we have the underworld, which I was really feeling from this shadow person and this spider, which I don't normally say underworld with the spider, but it was pulling through here. So confirmation with the underworld, more Scorpio energy pulling through. Pluto energy, the shadowy side. Okay, and we have Mataki with celebrate, number 6. 6 is all about problem solving. It's also about compassion and harmony. 6 is the lovers and the devil reduced in the tarot, which I was feeling devil energy here. And lovers could certainly be tied back to this partnership, or the number 2, which was about choices, which is all about the lovers here. So strong lovers and devil pulling through. Gemini and Capricorn energy. Okay, we have Messiah. Okay, remember what we said about 66, which was pulled through here. Service is a source of joy, in which one pours from an overflowing cup, not martyrdom. Okay, so now we have Messiah here. Okay, let's read the shadow attribute. It says exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Light attribute, serving humanity with humility. Okay, and then we have healer. Light attributes, passion to serve others. Serving humanity with humility. Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Shadow attributes, taking advantage of those who need help. Failing to care for one's self. Okay, and then we have the musician, inspiration and gratitude. And interesting, we started off with sing your own song, the musician. Some of you guys might play an instrument, might be very tied to the musical world here with the musician. Okay, but this could just be really singing our own song, you know, moving to the beat of our own drum here rather than someone else's. So let me tap into this energy and we'll start to channel this before we pull any of the tarot and see what this is about. Give me a minute. Okay. I feel that you've been in a situation that hasn't been all that pleasant for you here. It's really been challenging. But I feel like your energy here is sort of coming to some sort of acceptance of what has happened or what is kind of is in a way here that allows you to shift your energy in a different direction. And so I feel like maybe you've been dedicated to a certain situation, a certain someone, certain thing here, you know, like really committed to this sort of situation in a way that maybe was depleting you in your energy, I feel here. So I feel like there's an energy here of really understanding yourself to the point where you might make different decisions that will create a different sort of outcome. That you're navigating your own self in a direction where you have the control and not the situation or someone else. Because I feel that energy is still sitting here that I was picking up when I did the card layout, for those of you guys who sat through that, where you might have felt kind of helpless or stuck to a situation in which you were maybe in the weeds of it, or just feeling like there was nothing you could do except maybe witness it not turning out in your favor, or you having absolutely no control over a situation. And so I feel like this might have put in front of you a lot of a need for you to sit with yourself and reflect on the deepest part of yourselves, you know, the deepest part of yourself that was having to sort of be looked at here. So if we were feeling certain triggers, if we were feeling certain, well, however we were feeling in the situation when we felt like it was out of our control, when we had to reflect and we had to gain understanding of self in a way that allowed us to make different decisions so we could create something for ourselves. So I feel like with this new moon energy here, I feel like it's all about you sort of detaching or cutting your losses or coming to some sort of acceptance. Like a situation is sort of outlived its purpose here. I feel like you come to an understanding, and the understanding is more you connecting to parts of yourself here that maybe you weren't seeing before in yourself, like how strong you really are, certain ways of perceiving situations differently maybe than you have in the past, that allowed you to make peace or allowed you to make different decisions or handle them differently, handle different people differently. I'm seeing two birds, I'm seeing two spiders, and we were seeing the number 2 and the number 6. So I feel like I do feel like you might have been dealing with someone or a situation here that was really interweaving into the fabric of your day in, day out. You know, like it was put in front of you in order for you to really sort of experience yourself. But I feel like rather than being stuck to a situation or to a someone. I feel like there is you being able to see yourself as a sort of an independent, separate being that can make different decisions here. That you aren't responsible for anyone else's sort of decisions or anyone else's healing except for your own. That your own decisions are really that to impact yourself in a way here that's going to get the best outcome for yourself. And I feel like this opens up a new opportunity for you to go down a different road. So there is a feeling of surrender. And I feel there's a feeling of this coming with joy. And a feeling of feeling fulfilled that we've been able to see some greater truth that maybe was difficult for us to either see, accept, or fully surrender and empower ourselves to make different decisions. So I feel like now we feel empowered, you know, to cut the things that were holding us back or keeping us stuck. And so there is this sort of bittersweet or silver lining here, and allowing what is to sort of be, but trust that where we're sort of going or what we needed to do is in our best interest here. And so I feel like there's a sense of hope. There's a sense of inspiration that comes with this, and certainly healing that comes with this. A part of ourself that maybe was keeping us very stuck to certain situation, people, place, thing that was not allowing us to move towards the direction of manifestation or abundance. Let's pull the tarot and see what more we see here. All right, so Spirit, clear and concise message for beautiful pile 1. What are they needing to know about this new moon, this energy of the new moon? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of beautiful pile 1. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 1. And thank you so much, pile 1, for allowing me to tap into your energy. The energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here reading your energy. Look at that. I do feel this one here as well. So let's see. How do we do this, Spirit? I feel it is this way. Okay. So we have the Fool, new beginning. A new beginning, and it says Chicken of the Woods. This is the Mushroom Tarot. It's actually not called the Mushroom Tarot, though. It's I forget what it's called now. It's gonna bug me. Let me see. It's called the Midnight Magic Tarot. Oh shoot, I'm dropping things. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the Fool, Aquarius, new beginning. New beginning, and the new beginning means we're unencumbered. No strings attached. Nothing really holding us back here, okay? Like, I feel there's this raw energy. Like, no longer feeling weighed down. Almost like we cut the anchor so we could either set sail. You guys, now I'm getting this energy. Sorry, I'm going to put this right here. But now I'm getting this energy that we're this sailboat. And I feel like whatever we were sort of tied to, whomever we were tied to, whatever we were tied to, we're no longer bound to that. And so I feel like there was a lot of having to sit with our emotions and sit with the shadows and review the underworld of our own sort of subconscious in order for us to know how to navigate with this helm navigation control. And so I feel like this Fool, we're now sort of in this open sea, no longer stuck here, but I feel there's an energy here of whatever this situation, I feel, and like I said, it could certainly involve another person here. I feel the energy of observation, like look at pile number 1 go. Like almost feeling like there is a loss here, because I feel like you might have been trying to work with a situation here with this healer card and this Messiah in a way that was maybe lovingly trying to dedicate yourself, I feel, here to a situation, create something. But I feel like it didn't result in something that might have been workable. And so you had no choice here but to free yourself. And maybe you didn't know if you could, or maybe it took you some time to get empowered or to allow yourself to accept the fact that you are an autonomous, independent person who needs to sort of, I don't know, like free your own self here and be able to heal your own self here, independent of other people and things. To sing your own song, not to maybe be in someone else's world, you know, doing what they're needing you to do or wanting you to be. And I feel like you're free from someone or a situation that's had you sort of held back. Okay, so Fool, new beginning, beautiful new energy here. We have the 7 Pentacles Dune cap. So we were giving, investing into a situation that didn't have a harvest here. This is no longer pouring your time or energy and our efforts towards something, sort of throwing in the towel is what this 7 Pentacles is. Although I don't feel like you're just giving up. I feel like this is a very conscious decision. I cannot invest of myself here, martyr myself, or put in an area here where the results aren't really fulfilling, or there is no joy to be had here in the way that it's happening. I must go in search of the joy, you know, or I must go manifest for myself. The Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. Hermit's all about us doing the inner reflecting, and I feel like the inner reflecting is done, because I feel like I said with the shadow person and the underworld, there was a lot of having to ask tough questions about self, be honest with self, you know, really sort of do this journey, internal journey, if you will, in order to be okay with making a new decision, or coming to terms with a new decision, or what sort of action we're supposed to take. Because I feel with this maturity, this situation has been around for some time, you know, and maybe you've been suffering for some time, or maybe you've been investing for some time and feeling stuck, or not seeing any sort of results here. So I feel like the reflecting period is over. Because of the self-inquiry and the reflection here, we're now able to cut ourselves loose. Temperance. So this is the healing card. Okay, all about finding balance, being in workable energy. So this is beautiful. Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is also a card of inspiration. And the spider, creation. So I feel like there is this beautiful new energy here that maybe you're seeing in yourself that's been watered down because of your situation, or was a little difficult for you to see in yourself because you were right in the weeds of it, and now we're sort of removed in a way here that allows us to see our way through. So 9 of Wands in reverse, that's like this 7 of Pentacles in reverse. This is also sort of a giving up energy, but it's, I think, surrendering, because we now understand, we've reflected what's more important here. And it isn't to commit ourselves to something here that isn't for our greatest good. So I feel like there's a surrendering. No longer being sort of in the weeds of something here, having to defend ourselves or do the dance of someone else, because we're no longer even in the playing field. We're kind of moving out. Five of Cups, yeah, we're moving out of any sort of lower vibe energy. Five of Cups is not a good energy because it's a card of feeling maybe guilt or sadness or regret or looking back on a situation that doesn't make us feel very good. And so I feel like you've reconciled some feelings within in order for you to be able to move forward. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, both Five Cups, Five Pentacles. So five was pulling through here with one of those oracle cards, which goes saying is all about conflict, loss. So we have loss here. Okay, but it's us then knowing that we can manifest and change the direction of our own success here. I feel you don't want to be in a situation that's Five Cups and Five Pentacles, and you don't want to anchor yourself to that. I feel like you are anchored to either someone or a situation here where you were investing more than maybe the other person or the situation was investing in you. So it wasn't a balanced situation, nor was it, I don't know, a situation here in which you were able to work with in a way here that wasn't making you feel stuck. Okay, so Page of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. This is pages are all about communication, and so are birds. So there might have been a lack of being on the same page or an understanding here, or gaining the clarity we needed in order to continue, in order to continue confidently in investing, or with a certainty, or at least an understanding. And I feel like if it never really came, then there was reconciling your only choice here to break free from a situation that was not very clear, or didn't show promising signs of becoming clear, or you just didn't know how to make sense of the situation. Or underworld too, you might have felt like you were navigating through a can of worms, and like it was completely out of your control, under someone else's sort of decision, whatever the situation is. Seven of Cups, yeah, confusion. This is what I was feeling from this Page of Swords. Like we weren't getting clear, we didn't have an understanding. Things were open-ended. There were too many. It was like a can of worms. Nothing was clear or chosen or certain, or yeah, it was like a need to get grounded, or a need to have clarity, a need to come to some sort of understanding, rather than things being sort of up in the air potentially here and confusing for you. Ace of Pentacles, this is the manifestation. Okay, this is the new beginning, manifestation of something solid, of which we were trying to attain in some other situation, or in a specific situation for some time. We had to surrender because we wanted a pentacle. And maybe the way we were going about getting this pentacle just was not working. And I feel there's an understanding of this, and which allows you to now receive this pentacle in your own world here. Four of Cups. Yeah, you're no longer interested in engaging in a situation that I really feel you felt you were at the mercy of someone else's control. But I feel like it's taken time for you to really become honest and reflect and what sort of you do have control over, what you can do. And I feel there's a lot of disinterest here in feeling Five Pentacles and Five Cups, or someone else might have been in Five Cups, Five Pentacles situation, and sort of bringing you into that world, and you sort of feeling anchored to that person or that situation. Meanwhile, there's an understanding that my happiness is my own happiness, and if someone else is sort of suffering, or someone else's experience is their experience, and so I don't need to sort of also suffer with this person in order to show maybe that I am, I don't know, that I care, or that I am needing to prove myself in any way here. I could still detach from fully investing my emotions in a place here that I feel wasn't allowing you to be feeling free and fulfilled and happy. And so I feel like now we have the joy, fulfillment, this pentacle, a new beginning, unencumbered, I should say, from whatever. So there's an ability to create, and I feel like it's a whole pivot here. And I believe we were seeing rotation. So yeah, it's like a whole new sort of direction we're navigating in now. And like I said, the pink here was giving me divine feminine energy, you know, which is Empress, abundance, fulfillment. Empress energy is us tapping into an unconditional love of self, knowing our self-worth, our value, being able to be empowered. So let's just see, what's the final message then for pile 1? This is a beautiful energy here, I feel, of liberation and you trusting in yourself and making decisions in your own sort of ability to cut yourself free from anyone or anything here that made you feel heavy. Okay, so, and look, we have celebrate. I feel like this is a long time coming for you, pile 1. So let's see, what is pile 1 needing to know then? 10 wands, this is the heaviness. 7 wands, this is a fighting energy, okay? Having to, it's like us against the world, having to defend our position, defend our territory, everything feeling like it's coming against us. You know, and I don't feel like we have to fight anymore. I feel like the burden here, the heaviness, was having to, trying to fight for what we wanted, to attain something. And it was like we're swimming upstream. 6 Pentacles, all about balance, generosity. So let's get ready to receive your pile 1, because I feel like something's coming in here in a way of manifestation for you because of your ability to surrender, to acknowledge the heaviness here and say, I'm no longer carrying someone else's burden or the burden in the situation that isn't mine to carry. Because again, what is meant for you doesn't weigh a thing. Okay, so it's coming in. We don't have to fight or coerce or defend. We just have to be ready to receive and be in an energy of receiving. So let's see, why is this 7 wands here? What is pile number 1 needing to know about this new moon energy and this message coming in for pile 1, Spirit? Thank you so much. So 3 Pentacles. This is all about the manifestation, because in order to manifest what we wanted, we had to be in an energy with someone or something that is workable with that temperance. You know, things have to be balanced, aligned, working together, cooperating, communicating, or in a physical presence here. So I feel like with the 7 Pentacles in reverse, it was like you dedicating your energy, your time, and trying to manifest something single-handedly here, where I feel like now we have this balance. Now we have this 3 Pentacles, both sides showing up to create this manifestation. Okay, but I feel like this was you having to manifest this differently, navigate this differently by cutting cords or detaching or abandoning whatever situation that was not feeling right, was not okay, and trusting that you're making the best decision here for yourself, for the situation, for there to be healing. Okay, because I feel like it just got too heavy for you to carry. So we have High Priestess, Pisces energy, and there the 3 is really standing out, which is giving me Empress energy. Okay, like we said, the Empress with the pink sailboat, divine feminine, abundance. And now 2 with the High Priestess, this is all about our own intuition, and navigating and trusting in the magic of the divine here to sort of navigate towards what is going to be something we can work with in a more balanced way here. This is also the subconscious, and we had to do a lot of reflecting of self. 4 Pentacles. So we were feeling really stuck And so it was difficult, I feel, here for us to let go, because I feel like we were needing to do the shadow work, really reflect and work with our intuition to see where were we held back, what were we hanging on to, what were we stuck on, why were we not able to move forward or feel like we could break forward for ourselves here. Something was keeping us sort of feeling obligated or stuck. But I feel that's no longer the case. 10 of Swords in reverse. So 10 Swords is about a painful ending, something coming to an end. Now we have it in reverse. So, and this is kind of in my present situation here. 10 of Swords in reverse could mean that we put an end to something, but I feel like maybe the pain or what we anticipated as being the loss we would experience isn't as bad as we had thought. Because I feel like this is actually giving you a sense of freedom and liberation, not pain, not suffering, but it is closing something out. And I feel like this is closing something out that might have already been closed, but we were having to reflect internally to reconcile the closure we were needing of something that we couldn't just close out until we understood it or made peace with it or actively chose to detach from it. And I feel like we were struggling to close something out or struggling to accept some sort of end of something or walking away from something or something, coming to terms with something not being okay or right in our world. I'm going to pull another card for this, but it could mean that it's not necessarily the end of maybe potentially this complete circumstance, but the way this situation was happening here could be coming to an end. There could be massive change here when it comes to how this situation is different. Let's see, because I am getting a couple of messages for this 10 Swords in reverse, and here's the Page of Wands. So this is the same energy as this sailboat, navigating, you know, not necessarily even certain where we're navigating to, but there's an excitement, there's an inspiration, gratitude, feeling like we can go and be free to explore new things here with wonder. This is tying back to Fool energy here, not feeling tied or stuck or, yeah. Okay, let's see. What is this 10 Swords then in reverse? Why are we seeing 10 Swords in reverse, Spirit? So we have the Hangman, Pisces. This is seeing something completely different. You know, like maybe seeing someone else's point of view. We're no longer sort of in the weeds of it so much. We can see it from some new perspective. We've made peace with something here. Maybe we made peace with an ending, or we now see it maybe not as a painful ending, but see something for what it is here. So it's not necessarily an ending per se, but it's how we see it now allows us to engage differently. I'll pull one more. Why is this 10 Swords here in reverse? Yeah, it's like we've now been able to reflect on something in order to perceive it completely different. The Queen of Pentacles. I feel this is your energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So we're now, I feel like independent. We now no longer need to depend on this circumstance or this person to provide us the fulfillment or the happiness or the joy we were needing. We could see something completely different here from about ourselves or about the situation, that now we're independent, we're free, we feel we could rely on ourselves, we can create by our, you know, something on our own, not needing to depend on this set of circumstance. But I feel like what this does is it does allow for the manifestation of you to work with someone or a situation that is now workable, because we're now in an independent, free, sort of liberated energy with this Queen of Pentacles. Very free, very liberating here. And we're so free and liberating, we can go explore wherever we want here. yeah, massive transformation, which I was feeling. And we were getting that from the underworld, from the spider, from the shadow person, this death. This is Scorpio energy, but this is spiritual transformation, which happens when we sit with our shadows and we release the things that are old and no longer serving us, like values or understandings or the way we deal with people or situations. And so we come to some sort of acceptance and some sort of surrender of certain things, or we no longer need to be in certain way or have certain mindsets, which allows things to really, really shift. And so I feel like whatever situation you're dealing with is having a massive shift here. It's opening a new opportunity here for you with the Fool, with the Page of Wands. It opens the door to communication, to find balance and working together here, of generosity coming, flowing both ways. No longer a need to carry the burden by yourself, to have to fight. Okay, and I feel like we see this, or we are able to tap into some sort of subconscious thing here, that we no longer feel like we're held back or stuck. And maybe we didn't think we were hanging on to something. Maybe we felt like we were being held back or pulled back, but I feel like we can't be held back or pulled back or kept back unless we are actively involved in allowing ourselves to be. And so I feel like there is this cutting of cords, acceptance of detachment here, of unhealthy things, people and situations that might have been over for some time here, or just not producing the thing. Okay, and so I feel this brings a lot of healing, and I do feel there's a lot of abundance coming in towards you here, but you just had to lean into your own decision, trusting the magic, make the decision to navigate different, sing your own song, not to do the same thing maybe we've done in the past, or be the same way, or observe something in the same way and get the same sort of results, because I feel you're creating something completely different here now. Okay, so beautiful pile. Yeah, and look, butterfly, transformation. Okay, Hermit, the death, the butterfly. This is all massive spiritual transformation. Pile 1, this is your reading. I hope you liked it, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the yellow birdie. Absolutely adorable. Let's get into your reading, shall we? So I have not looked at these cards, and I do ask you, use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear throughout this reading to determine whether this messaging is right for you. And the best way to do this is to sit through this card layout. Now, if you feel you're already in tune with your intuition and want to get straight away to the main reading and the channeling, you can click on the main reading, which I'll put the link to the timestamp below. Although, like I said, sometimes the channeling could come through throughout the card layout here. Okay, so let's take a look at what is this new moon energy bringing in for you. What's the shift of energy? What are you needing to know here in regards to this new moon and this energy? So we have Quest, and we have the blue ray, which is the throat chakra, all about self-expression. Quest. Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Beautiful. Number 20, or the number 2, which is about duality. Balance, choices, partnership, but with this and that are true, I'm getting duality here. And so we have the hippo. Hippo is Jupiter energy, Sagittarius, Pisces. Big abundance here with the hippo. And we have rune stones, ancient wisdom, fate, divinity. Look at that. Okay, and then we have starfish. So water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, and we have fighting. So it looks like a warrior, and he has his armor on. Fighting. We have wisdom. Interesting. We have ancient wisdom pulling through with the rune stones. I was going to say rhinestones. Rune stones. And look at the mermaid. Okay, and then we have the little fishies here. Fish are all about abundance. Dolphins are all about compassion and love. We have number 2 coming out again. So like we said, 2s are about balance, duality, choices, partnership. And it's a cycle here. Status quo. Status quo. Okay, and then we have 1 with events. 1 is all about new beginnings, potential opportunity. It says great achievement. Look at that. It's like a dinner party or a celebration. Firecracker, excitement. Wow. Okay. And we have lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Now, we don't take words so literal as we do the energy. And look at this. Big boom. This is giving me Uranus energy, Aquarius energy, sudden. That could be something unexpected happening quite suddenly that we really, really want. Or it could be something happening that was completely unexpected in a way that's like, oh my goodness, like what the heck? What is this all about? So I feel there's this sudden sort of thing happening here. We have wealth. Not wealth. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm missing wealth. Wreath. Sorrow over a loss. Sorrow over a loss. Wreath. Okay. Wreath. We have lead, number 20. So we have 20 coming through again. Twos, like I said. The balance, the duality. Lead. Okay, and then we have the void. And this is number 42, or the number 6. Void. And we have the orphan, number 5. Okay. And we have violet coral with community, 35, or the number 8. Community. Okay, and then we have thief, light attribute, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Shadow attribute, stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. And we have seeker, light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So we have wisdom pulling through twice, 3 times now. A thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. Okay, and then we have the astronomer, discovery and augury. Okay, okay, okay. This is giving me the same energy all from here. Let me sit with this, okay? Yeah, and even here. It's all coming through like a big sort of download here for me. Just give me a minute. Okay, pile number 2. Wow. So I did tell one that to come over here because there was a sign there that was indicating this pile. Okay, and sometimes it could be that we're dealing with people and situations where there's other energy. And so I feel like you could potentially have been pulled to pile 1, potentially. Okay, because sometimes I see the mirror or the flip side of the other person's perspective or the energy or the situation from a different sort of angle or understanding what we're needing to know. Of course, if you weren't pulled to it, then don't worry about it. Okay, but if this one's not speaking to you, it could be that one, is one aspect, and this might be another aspect here of someone you're dealing with or something, or maybe your own energy. But with that all out of the way, what am I feeling here? I feel as though the energy of this pile that I'm feeling is one that's been very difficult here. Okay, like I feel like you've felt like maybe you've had to carry the burdens alone in your own life, or just maybe you've given up on self here because there might be a feeling like you've had to. You couldn't really trust anyone, I feel here, or at least there wasn't a desire to. And so I feel like there was I don't know, like maybe the wrong people potentially just around, or you feeling empty around certain groups of people, or just keeping people around you to maybe prop up certain things about self here, or ideas about self in some way, maybe to validate certain things or justify certain things that we tell ourselves about ourselves. And so I feel like we've had to be upkeeping some sort of story, maybe of who we thought we were, or who we told ourselves we are in some way. But I feel like I don't know how to put this into words, but I feel like something has really opened your eyes here, like an epiphany or an understanding of yourself and how you engage here, that opens this whole new sort of way of seeing something within yourself. And so this opens up how you see the people in the world and your future around you. Because I feel like we might have been sort of in some kind of tunnel vision about how we perceived ourselves and how we thought others perceived us, or how we thought we had to engage. And now with this understanding, we now can see ourselves and open up sort of our blinders in a way here that makes us really see that there's more for us. There's more that we can be, and there's more that we can do, and we don't have to be sort of feeling like we're alone, or like we I don't know, like no one could support us, or that was it for us, you know. Like, I don't know, I feel like we might have always been sort of seeking and not knowing that we were really seeking for a place to feel like home, or to trust, or a community of people, or that person we could really rely on, or the self that we could trust within us. And so there always seemed to be like we never really thought we could fit in, or that it wouldn't work for us, or that we were always sort of, I don't know, I feel we weren't really able to go home, you know, go home to our own comfort, the place where we felt comfortable, where we could trust, where we could see ourselves as the beautiful sort of person that we are. And so I feel this does come with a little bit of conflict, because I feel like there is an understanding of self that we've always sort of been, and now we don't really know what to do with this person of ourself, now that we understand this other side of self. Okay, because this and that are true, I feel like an understanding of self that we've created or understood could certainly still be an aspect of us, and it could still live in a part of us. But I think we're tapping into another sort of way to see ourselves that we might have not have seen before, that kind of changes things for us. And so there's this new way of seeing things. And so I feel like this comes with a lot of abundance here for us that still needs to be tapped into, rather than just sort of shutting ourselves out. We no longer have to steal happiness. Okay, and what I mean by that is, I don't know, it seems to me like if you wanted to find happiness, you'd have to go and energetically sort of put yourself in an energy that would pull it out of situations or people. But this is a different energy. This is now happiness, sort of, you understand that happiness can come to you, that people can come to you. You don't need to go seeking out people or joy, or you don't have to go creating the event of peace, or the event of joy, or the event of love. It just is. And so I feel like there's this, there's like two energies of yours here having to sit together and accept each other in some way. Because sometimes when we're living in some way, we get used to that sort of mindset, and I'm gonna throw this out there, but it doesn't have to be to this sort of extreme, but like the victim mindset, you know, where we're used to our sort of situation or the sadness that happened or the story that happened to us. And then we start to create our world that the story or the experience that happened to us is us. You know, that became us, or this is why we are how we are, or why we live the way we live now. But I feel like there's an understanding that we are not that. And so we don't have to feel like we don't fit in only when we have to go out of our way to sort of create connections with other people, or where we have to, I don't know, like force our way into happiness here in some way. Like, I feel like you're now in a fuller understanding that this just exists for you, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to allow love in, whether you want to allow experience in, whether you want to do this or do that. Like, there is no I can't have this, or this won't happen, or whatever. It's like all of this sort of exists for me, but it's now up to me to choose whether I want to experience it or not. Or I could continue living in the way that I always have and experience the same results, where I feel there was unhappiness, or at least not a fulfillment here. And so I feel like you're being called down a path here of experience. And I think maybe you've been a little defensive or guarded because of a past story, or feeling abandoned or hurt or let down by other people or situations. And I feel like there's a putting this behind you, or at least seeing it for what it is, and it's no longer the crutch we use, or the reasoning we can't be happy, or we no longer can use this as the thing or the reason why we are making the decisions we're making. And so we might be really seeing ourselves differently. And we could be seeing ourselves as someone here that was very concerned about how we'd appear to others, or how others would see us if we started to be different, or maybe our own sort of acceptance of ourself here. Like actually sitting with allowing ourselves the forgiveness to heal, to not to judge ourselves, to not see ourselves in a certain way, because I feel like maybe there was a seeing yourself in a certain light, or the understanding you had of yourself was in a certain way here. And so, yeah, I feel like with this new moon, there's like an understanding here of self. So let's see, Spirit, what is this message about? Can we get a little bit more for pile 2? What is this deeper message coming through here for pile 2, and then needing to know about this new moon energy coming in for them? Clear and concise message. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 2. Thank you so much, pile 2, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed, so grateful to be here today doing your reading. So this definitely feels like a step in the right direction to healing. And I feel like maybe this is something you never in the past would have done, or would have suspected you'd ever do, or have this sort of understanding. It's almost like if we were always fighting against one thing here in our world and telling ourselves why we couldn't or why we didn't, and understood it, and now all of a sudden there's this situation or this understanding or this perspective that comes in, that we were defending or supporting a belief or a structure in our world that no longer makes sense to us. Now we are stuck with, do we want to continue down that knowing different, knowing difference? And so I feel like we don't have to be as defensive or guarded, or as supporting an idea of self, or a lifestyle that we had here. 6 of Wands. So this is my ego card, okay? But this is the card of victory. This is us getting the accolades, being recognized, being appreciated. But I'm getting with the ego and the starfish, because this is how other people are sort of perceiving us, you know, and like I said, it could be other people or it could be ourselves, like what we thought success would look like. And us telling ourselves that I'd only appear successful if I did this, or this is what I peg success of myself to be or to look like. But I feel it came with shutting down a part of yourself that was also equally as true, that we didn't want to see, or that we silenced in some way here, I feel. And so we needed to have the balance with all the twos we're seeing here. Even the Six of Wands is a card of balance, because six is a card of balance. Death, look at that. A massive spiritual transformation. So this comes with a full sort of release of what doesn't work, understandings, values, systems, structures, people, places, things in our life, you know, that don't serve us, that need to be released in order for new growth to happen. Yeah, there's massive change here. And look, the ladybug, I'm tying back to this hippo, which is all about abundance, great abundance with Jupiter energy. And even this, like this firecracker lightning, like I'm getting like sudden abundance here, like it being put in front of you. And it's like this, you can no longer run or hide or make up a story that abundance isn't for you. So if we kept saying abundance not for me, or this is not for me, or this is for everyone but me, or I need to sort of, I don't know, whatever story we were telling ourselves, I feel like the universe showed us the opposite here. The universe showed you the opposite to your belief or your ideology or your narrative to self. And it slapped you with this reality. And now you have no choice but to accept that this and that are true. That you could still hang on to the belief structures and whatever you did. It could be still true for you, but it could also be not true for you if you decide it's not. So it's really up to you. Okay, and we see the turtle. So I feel like this is something that's taken quite some time here. And you might have been really sort of guarded. Okay, really guarded here into allowing anyone else to see this sort of world of yours. Oh yeah, sorry. So Six of Wands, and this is us being in the public eye, you know. We have a bunch of ants, which is giving me community. So let's see. This could involve others for sure, just or groups of people, you know, how my family and friends. I'm really concerned with my family and friends, how they'd see me, how I engage with them, my own understanding of how I am, how I engage with other people, how I'm perceived by others, what they think is success and what I think is success. For once, look at this. This is also the community card. This is a rite of passage. Okay, this is celebration, which is this, look, great achievements, events. So I feel like there is a, like I said, this sudden sort of thing in front of your face here. You could be around a certain group of people that make you feel a certain way. Okay, this is the card of coming together, union, marriage, celebration, balance, structure, foundation, home. Okay. It's also my 1111 card, which is symbolic of twin flames. We were getting twos everywhere. So we could have this sort of wake-up call from another soul coming in here, mirroring back to us. So we could see that this and that are true about ourselves. Come to some sort of understanding of self. Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it's like we can no longer stick to the story that made us unhappy, or the story that we might have not realized was keeping us unhappy, or keeping us in the suffering, or keeping us in the despondent energy. You know, like the Four of Cups is my boredom card, or the card of seeing what's lost, what will never work, what hasn't worked, why we sort of do what we do here, which isn't for the best, greatest outcome of being connected. You know, being connected, finding balance of self here. So Four of Cups in reverse, coming out of this energy. You You know, this is the opposite energy. This is out for everyone to see, feeling celebrated, feeling welcomed, feeling appreciated. Whereas this is feeling like removed. No one loves me. Disappointed. I want to hide. I want to stay here. I don't want to be seen. Or I don't deserve to be seen. Or supporting why I'm not seen. So 7 of Wands. This is the card of having to defend our position, having to fight for what we believe, but us standing on the higher ground here in order to accomplish what we need to accomplish here. So we could have been very defensive. We could have been feeling like it was us against the world, or us having to defend what we believed in here. 5 of Cups. So this is all about us looking back on a situation with regret or feeling a sense of sadness. And so I feel like there's the past in which we experienced disappointment that might have supported or propped our story. You know, that we were defending or that we used as our sort of reasoning. And this is in my current position. So I feel like, as we're talking about the new moon energy, I feel like there's this sudden switch of this defensive, sort of defending what's hurt us or the past here, into this new energy. 8 of Wands. Look at that. Having a breakthrough, forward movement, communication, quick energy. A very quick energy. Feeling inspired to take action, to move away, move on, move forward. And here we have 8 Cups. So walk away from the 4 Cups. You know, walk away from the things here that are not fulfilling. 8 Cups. This is where we're emotionally not happy, unsatisfied, disappointed, feeling sad, not feeling emotionally fulfilled, and choosing to walk towards what is emotionally fulfilling. And like really sort of moving out of any energy here that was keeping us feeling stuck or reflecting on sadness or pain and suffering, and staying there, maybe defending it or protecting it or with one understanding of it, and then sort of moving out from that. Wow. Okie dokie. So yeah, it's like maybe we had an opportunity here to create some sort of structure, some stability, to celebrate something, you know, celebrate this milestone with our soul community or soul person. And we were, I don't know, not seeing the blessing, not accepting the cup of the universe here, and feeling, I don't know, wanting to sort of stay in the wallows, if that's a word, wallows, wallowing on what didn't work in our world or what could potentially go wrong. And yes, this and that are truth. Anything could potentially go wrong, but anything could go right as well. So it's really up to us. And I feel with all this wisdom, I feel like there's an understanding, ancient wisdom, fate, and divinity. I feel like there's an understanding here through an experience that you've seen and experienced yourself that will allow you to make different decisions or see yourself completely different. So let's pull a final message here from Spirit. What is pile 2 needing to know then? Final message, anything I've missed, any questions they might have. Why are we seeing this energy for pile number 2, Spirit? What are they needing to know? I feel there's one more for pile 2. Thank you so much, Spirit. Clear and concise message for pile 2 and this new moon. What are they needing to know? Okay. 2 of Wands. It is our decision to stay either in the status quo. Okay, 2's popping up everywhere. 2's about choices. It's about finding balance. It's also about duality. This and that are true. Negative, positive. So, not only is the negative true, but the positive is equally as true. So not only is the sadness and what's happened to us something that's experienced, but the future could also be true, and it could be joy and joyous. But right now, in the present moment, it's what we choose. And are we choosing the status quo, the safe, or are we choosing the path, the wand here, of something we're sort of feeling very fated to, called to do? Because I feel like you're being pulled in a different direction here to change the status quo. That's very abundant. That doesn't require you to be all guarded and defensive here, having to fight. Why are these here, you guys? Did I put these here? I honestly don't remember putting these here, but look, we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And I don't know why they're here, but the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. This is earth energy, grounded, stable, secure, committed, long-term, unwavering, dedicated. Okay, Five of Swords is where we're challenging, conflicted, self-sabotaging. Nobody wins in this. You know, doing things that sabotage self, sabotage others, situations that don't feel very happy. And this is like coming out of any sort of sabotaging energy in order to lean into a more structured sort of energy. So maybe one wand here is this Five Swords, where we can continue the old beliefs or old ways of being, or we could come out of this because it was not providing us emotional fulfillment, and choose the wand here, or something more structured, more stable, more secure, something we can commit to here and rely on. Okay, with lead and this King of Pentacles, I feel there's something very secure here, very large and abundant, very stable, and I feel like it's some sort of thing that we can build over time, or have been building over time, with that turtle and the Four Wands, because that's all about structure, foundation, stability. Okay, so Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior who's been through battle, is still standing, isn't given up, and still has energy to either fight or throw in the towel. But the choice is yours with the Nine Wands here. Okay, but the Nine Wands is giving me this fighting energy. So what are we fighting for? You know, which side are we fighting for? Are we fighting to keep a Five Swords alive, or defend ourselves with the Seven Wands? Or are we fighting towards something that could be more secure here for ourselves? The Empress, look at that. Divine feminine energy, abundant, unconditional love, and this is all about knowing our self-worth. And this is all about allowing love in, giving love. Okay, receiving love, giving love. This is feminine energy, having to balance. How do we give love? How do we love ourselves? How do we appreciate the abundance in our world? How are we open to receive abundance in our world? Are we sabotaging ourselves? Are we not seeing the abundance around us being given to us? You know, where have we been defending ourselves and keeping out love? I feel there's a recognition here. Okay, Page of Pentacles. This is the early stages of identifying an opportunity. Okay, and we go from a page to a King of Pentacles. So there's a graduation from an early stage of a pentacle to this long-term, more stable pentacle, which has been built over time. If we commit ourselves and stay dedicated, I feel as though it's kind of more my passing position. I feel there's an opportunity here that you've been seeing and potentially, I don't know, guarding or contemplating here with this Page of Pentacles, how you would follow up or how you would develop this opportunity, this manifestation. So we have 10 Swords in reverse. So 10 Swords is about an ending, okay, painful ending, but in the reverse, and this came out for one as well, this 10 Swords in reverse, because 10 Swords in reverse can mean something has already been over and we were needing to find our own closure, come to terms with an ending, okay, or this could mean that the pain that we expected to experience in closing something out isn't as grand as maybe we had thought. You know, or something isn't quite over that we thought was over, and it didn't quite end the way we had thought it would. So I feel like there was a need for you to close something out here in order for there to be an opening to receive abundance, for you to be able to explore some sort of opportunity, some sort of manifestation, and witness your own engagement. Are you defensive? Are you ready to receive? Are you open and loving? Are you choosing that path? Are you staying the status quo? Are we in Five Swords? Checking our own sort of energy here in order to allow the things that need to be closed and dealt with out of our world. You know, things that have already ended, that are no longer a part of our world, can be closed out so we can enjoy the new beginning. Knight of Cups. This is us expressing our love. Okay, so I feel like there might have been a challenge in either receiving love or giving love or expressing love, especially the first thing I said when we laid out this blue chakra here is all about our throat chakra expression. You know, and this quest is us on the path of self-expression, expressing how we feel, showing how we feel, being authentic with how we feel, not this starfish energy and that 6 wands, which could be how I'm supposed to appear or how I'm thinking I need to appear, or judging ourselves or potentially thinking others want us to be in a certain way. But I feel like this is a true expression of how we feel, and we can show it, we can give it, we can receive it. It can come to us and we can express it back in an authentic way here. The King of Wands in reverse. So we might have had a lack of vision or confidence, or not an understanding of how we could express ourselves or how we could support receiving or giving love to another or to something here that we could commit to or build, because we lacked confidence or capability. We thought we didn't know how, or the fact that we had some sort of understanding of the past potentially rocked our world and made us feel incapable. And we had to find closure here or a way to put that behind us. Okay, King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like we were incapable of full self-expression, because the King of Cups loves the deepest as emotional depth, emotional maturity here. I feel like there could have been a block here, emotionally unavailability, or just an inability to express oneself or to allow one's emotions to flow because of a lack of confidence, or just a lack of maybe even seeing how we could because of an experience. And so I feel there's an opportunity here to express and to feel and to choose the wand, but we might have been stuck seeing the things that weren't really working. And this is kind of a stuck energy with 9 wands, because we're not sure how to move forward, but we're also sort of feeling battered and bruised by past experience. And so we're sort of guarded and defensive. You know, 7 wands, maybe continuously sort of defending and creating space between us and the world around us, you know, when we're really needing to close out and put an end to something so we can flow with abundance and show love and receive love. 7 of Cups. This also came out for pile 1. So this is a need to choose wisely, not be sort of keeping all of the options open or keeping a whole bunch of confusion on the go, not getting certain, not getting clear, not deciding, because I feel like this energy isn't very decisive. It doesn't have an aim. It doesn't have an aim. The King of Wands has an aim, knows what the King of Wands wants, goes after it, you know? So I feel like it could be with this new moon. You're now put in front of this crossroads to see, to witness the confusion. You still have a choice here that you can make with all these 2s. I don't know that you have. And there's a choice here for a new beginning with number 1 here. This is a new beginning, potential opportunity. 1 wand. Or status quo, the other wand. Confusion, uncertainty, a lack of vision. Still need to close out certain things that wasn't allowing us to show love, give love, be loved. Emotionally unavailable, blocking what we could potentially take in, and stay in 5 swords. So the choice is yours. Pile number 2 here is what I see. Okay, the choice is yours to go and discover how you want. But I feel like we can now see, you know, and so there might still be fear here in what we're seeing. But now that we see it, we can make different decisions. We don't have to let fear drive us because we see it now. And I have a feeling you don't want to choose fear. I feel like you don't want to choose the ego way of how I'm perceived or what I thought that this would mean that I would be or that I needed to be. There's now this, I don't know, I feel like a realization or a seeing different things here that will allow you to make different decisions if you so choose. So I do feel there is one final message here for you. Okay, and look, this wreath, sorrow over loss. I feel like this is putting behind you a circumstance or situation or a way of being of the past that I feel kept you in some sort of status quo that you're very comfortable with and maybe very familiar with. very stuck to in some way here. Okay, but we saw 6 wands and this great achievement. I also feel like, I don't know, you're being appreciated, or there's an energy here of you experiencing something completely different that allows you to see something about yourself completely different. And so now we sit with these 2 truths. And we sit with these 2 sort of understandings of ourselves. And we no longer need to steal the moment or steal the happiness or go in search of something that already exists in front of us or within us. It's always there. We didn't see it in ourselves. We didn't know it existed for us, but it does. Okay, I feel like it's almost like seeing this mermaid. You know, we see a mermaid and we don't expect to see it. We don't think it exists. It's sort of this, wow, like, I didn't think this existed for me. I didn't think I'd see this in my lifetime, or that this was even possible here. And so what do? You know, do we just pretend we don't see it? Do we go continuing believing what we used to believe, or does this change things now? I feel it changes things. Okay, so final message here for pile 2. Anything they need to know? What's going to help them? Why are they seeing this? Thank you, Spirit. Final message for beautiful pile 2. I do feel one more. Okay, we'll leave it exactly like that. So, the Magician. You are the master magician. Manifestation. Divine timing. Okay, this is all about communication. The right time to create and manifest what is only sort of imagination into reality, into your world. Okay, Virgo and Gemini energy. Wow, having all the tools. Because if we lack the confidence, okay, with the King of Wands in reverse, we're now understanding that we can create what we want here. We have everything it takes. Death, massive transformation. Scorpio energy, releasing the old to let the abundance in. Okay, we might be seeing now our guarded position here, but you are heavily protected here by the divine. But there's a need for us to accept some sort of massive transformation. King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is where it's happening. And I feel like it's in your confidence, in your ability to hone your own sort of power, to create what you want, to go after, have a vision of it, confidence, you know, to claim something here for yourself and to make it happen. I feel like there was a block here in your belief of self, or your understanding that you weren't deserving or needing or wanting or seeing how you can attain it. 5 of Swords in reverse. Again, acknowledging I can either stay in sabotage mode, nobody wins, okay, and act out certain things that are keeping me in this 5 Swords energy, status quo. Becoming the 5 Swords is the status quo. Doing the same old could lead to conflict, could lead to me getting emotionally unsatisfied situations here that aren't supporting this change. And 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, needing to clear the noise, choose wisely, get out of confusion, have more certainty in regards to what I want to go after, how I want to build it, what I want for myself. I have the tools to create this. Be confident in my ability to allow the old to fall away so I can align with the abundance, come out of any 5 Swords, come out of any confusion, any uncertainty. Yeah, look, Star in reverse, Aquarius energy. So I have a vision of what I want to attain for the long term. And I feel like maybe we gave up hope in attaining what we wanted for ourselves, or not having a long-term vision, because the King of Wands can see, you know, the King of Wands has a strategy and a plan in regards to what it is that the King of Wands wants, and gets what he wants. His dreams come true here. He doesn't give up. I feel like there was a giving up, or just accepting that you weren't going to get what you wanted at some point in time in your world. I don't know when it happened. It could have been just a belief you carried. I'm just meant to not get what I want, or I just don't, you know, the future that you could potentially have always had for yourself. You didn't see it because you just, I don't know, always believed that you were sort of doomed to not get what you wanted, or you never even possibly saw this. You know, you never maybe saw a vision for yourself. And so now we suddenly see some sort of long-term hope, a vision of something we could attain for ourselves, and we could create it. We could be the master magician, but we need to claim it. We have a role to play here to communicate and to see it through, Or we could continue to do the status quo here and not allow the transformation to happen here and stay in some sort of five swords and confusion. It's up to you, pile number 2, but this is what I think is coming into your awareness. Okay, and we could go continuously seeking, but I think you found the thing here in which you might have not have realized you were seeking, because I feel like you were living in some sort of void, not knowing that what you were really doing was seeking something here. And so we were stealing these moments, you know, but they don't need to be stolen. I feel like the community of people, your person, where you can hang your hat, the coat you can wear, the energy you can reconcile with, the choice here is in front of you. And I feel like it's tailored to you. I feel like it's the other side of your sort of coin here to come together, okay, to allow this beautiful transformation to happen. And so we can either resist or lean into it. I think it's up to you, you know, and confidence does come with time, but I feel like all you need to do is have a vision and say to yourself, hey, like, I can see this being my wish to the universe, you know, being my wish. And the universe says, you have everything here that it takes. And this is impacting all areas of your world, you know, all areas of your world, emotionally, financially. I feel like this is creating a whole new structure here. And this little dragonfly talks about seeing through the illusion. I feel the illusion was the way you saw yourself, the story you told yourself, or the understanding you had of your engagement and your relationship with suffering, or an experience of what was meant for you, or what you thought was meant for you. I think you're understanding that that was just a story, or that was just a belief that the universe had a different sort of fated future here for you. And so, yeah, this is beautiful reading, pile number 2. All right, so this is what I have, pile number 2. I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels, pile number 3. You guys pick 3 pink roses, pink flowers. We're taking a look at the new moon energy and what is coming in with this new moon energy for you. What is Spirit wanting you to know? So I do ask you to use your intuition, what you will see, feel, or hear throughout this reading to determine whether this messaging is right for you. And because all my readings are timeless, you don't have to be watching at the time of me posting this video, but this will be coming in with the new moon energy, the next new moon. Okay, so I do feel you click on videos that you're meant to find when you're meant to hear the message, but only you can use your intuition to say whether the messaging is right for you. Okay, so if you want to go straight away to the channeled reading, you can click on the main reading. I'll put the timestamp, or you can sit throughout this card layout, which will help you tune into your intuition to determine whether this pile is right for you. Okay, I've not looked at these cards, so let's take a look. What is this energy about? Card 51, Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. 51 is number 6, so be playful. Okay, and we have renewal. Look at that. So this is the chakra oracle cards, and the red chakra is the root chakra. So we have renewal, getting judgment energy from this. And we have gazelle. Okay. And we have purse, privacy, finances, and a windfall. Wow, okay, this purse or this satchel is cut and there's a bunch of coins falling out. It's giving me pentacles. Okay, and then we have the cobra. Well, the cobra is always ready to sort of strike when the time is right here. Okay, Gazelle is also very reactionary, gets spooked easily, but a very quick action here when it needs to act. Okay, and we have flowering coming out of the lotus flower. Flowering, put that there. And we have turning in, number 4. So this is almost like hermit energy, reflecting, turning in. And we have thriving, the giraffe. So giraffes are about maybe seeing things from a greater perspective here. Moon, all about emotions, and we're seeing this person sitting in water, potentially reflecting on emotions here. Okay, and then we have number 3 with people, friends and colleagues. 3 is about relationships. 3 is about growth and the initial success. Friends and colleagues, okay. So we have dolphin, financial gain. Interesting, because we have finances here, although we don't take words so literal, but is coming through. Usually coming from something you did in the past with the dolphin. And we have older woman, dealings or relationships with an older woman. Could be an experience, divine feminine energy. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So unicorns could be your dream world. Magical energy coming through with the unicorn. Okay, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. We have autumn, number 19. And we have the vision, number 55. 55 is the master number. Change is the only constant. Divinely orchestrated change. We have 2 owls. Owls are about wisdom. The vision. Okay. And then we have indigo milk cap with true colors. 33. 33, a master number, about reproduction. Creativity, humor, Christ consciousness, joy, and harmony. Okay, wow, 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 wow. And we have warrior, light attributes, strength, skills, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Okay, and engineer, light attributes, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Shadow attributes, reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. And finally, we have the runaway, secrets, running from problems. And we have this cage, bird cage, and it's open. Okay, pile number 3. Let me sit with this energy and then tap into what we're feeling here and seeing. And you can click straight away on the main reading. Okay, this is an interesting one, and I can't wait to see the tarot here, because I'm not sure so much that this is needing to be here, but obviously it's here for a reason with this turning in. I feel like all you've done is turn in. All you've done is reflect. Okay, maybe this is why this is here. Okay, all you've done is this sort of an energy. Maybe you've been hibernating and sitting with yourself. Like for a lot of you guys, maybe you went on a retreat, or maybe you've just been spending a lot of time doing inner work here. I feel like there's been a lot of work done to self. And so this whole message here is now about you coming forward into your own, but in a practical way here. So people see you and engage differently with you because you're completely sort of in a different energy because of the work you've done. And I feel like your whole world here is shifting and changing in front of you. And so this new moon is sort of the beginning of you seeing this manifestation in front of you as a result of all the work you've done on the inside. And so there's this beautiful energy of you sort of now coming into the world, knowing how your new energy of what you've experienced and worked on self is supposed to manifest in your world. It's no longer sort of a I don't know, like, because I feel like maybe you're really trying to connect with the divine, or really working with certain energy here that wasn't really manifested in your world. And so it's like dream states, synchronicities, spiritual experiences, you know, and shedding egos, working with shadow, doing a lot of shadow work. And now it's like your truest self, the self here that is the creator, that can create here on earth. I feel like is coming together, because I feel like you're now liberated from the ego. Okay, now we're never completely sort of shed the ego in a way here that, you know, makes us sort of a Buddha monk, unless we are a Buddha monk. But I feel like we get to a point where we know how to silence the ego, because the ego is like the noisy neighbor that tries to run the show, that tries to either convince us of why we need to suffer, and pretend to be our friend, okay, pretend to rescue us and tell us stories that we can either believe or make the other person sort of look bad, but it tries to be our friend. Or we could just allow the ego to rattle off, and we know that it's all an illusion of the mind and a story that the mind is trying to make us believe. But the true self, that voice is louder. The true self is louder here. And I feel like this true self is coming through based on all the work that you've done, so that you can reap the rewards in your now existing world in a practical way. Financially, people around you, so you can thrive, okay? Because we still have to live here in the matrix world, but we don't have to be in the matrix world so much as experiencing it in a way here. But I feel like there's this new energy about you, and so it's like reborn into the matrix world with this clearer understanding, okay? And with this be playful in this gazelle, I feel like it's this innocent energy of re-experiencing the world completely differently now, you know, and really having this ability to manifest and to be responsive in a way here, rather than maybe reactionary. Because when we're reactionary, we let sort of the ego drive, and when we're responsive, we let our true self sort of respond and engage in ways here that are aligned with the greatest good. And so I feel like we've done a lot of work here, which has taken a lot of discipline, a lot of reflection. I think you've been removed for some time here, contemplating, reflecting, healing, examining. And now we have a greater purpose and a vision and a calling here. Okay, and so I feel like we can now see where we were in the past, maybe where our situation is. We now have compassion, understanding, empathy. We now know our role. We can now sort of not be too much in our sort of spiritual head, or spiritual heart, I should say, and we can come into some practical understanding and find balance in this world. And so I feel like we're no longer in an energy here where we were, like if some of you guys were in tough situations, we could have used our spirituality to spiritually bypass, to completely disengage from the world. Okay, to maybe someone now who is able to step into their world and make change, or actually can see where change needs to happen here. It's a really beautiful energy here of coming back into the world, and with a new understanding of self and a new view of how we see others in our world. And so now that we engage differently and we understand differently and we come about it differently, and we're now authentic and pure in the best way we can be, with being honest and true to our truest self, we now engage differently here. So let's see. Pile number 3. Spirit, clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What are they needing to know about this message with this new moon energy? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile number 3. Spirits, please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What's this message about? 4 Pentacles and Temperance in reverse. So we're saying about having to find the right balance. So we could have been, and might still be, with this turning in, you know, everything kind of happening on the inside, but the outside not really revealing anything to us, not reflecting anything in the pentacle realm. And now it's like the abundance is there to be had. The physical world is ready to produce for you, pile number 3. But I feel like we were needing to now tip the scales in a different way and not be completely imbalanced, because I feel like we were in one energy. Okay, one energy that wasn't allowing the flow to happen here for whatever reason. Maybe we needed the time to reflect. Maybe we needed to do whatever it was that we were needing to do. But I feel like let's be playful. There's like an ability to loosen our grip here. Loosen our grip. So King of Pentacles. This is stable, solid, reliable, long-term commitment. Okay, long-term vision of what we can build, our legacy here, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. The Empress, Taurus energy coming through very strong. So this is all about abundance. Okay, autumn is also about abundance because we're reaping the harvest here, which is producing a bunch of abundance. Unconditional love, divine feminine energy. Page of Wands. Pages are all about communication. The Page of Wands is all about exploration. And so I feel like it's the early stages of us coming out and being like this beautiful, playful energy of being able to explore an outside world here. Six of Cups in reverse. Person, place, thing of the past. A memory of the past. Something here that had us stuck. Okay, so we might have needed to retreat for some time to reflect on us, our childhood, our past situations, reflecting on who we are, what's happened to us, the people in our world, person, place, things of the past here. And I feel like we're now able to break out of this sort of stuck energy that I feel like we've been reflecting on and stuck with for some time. Because we've had to either make sense of it, to reconcile it, come to some understanding of it, find peace with it, heal with it. There's a freedom that comes through here. The Hermit, yeah, this is what we've done. We've been reflecting, sitting with a greater truth of self, asking what do we want for ourselves, doing the Hermit's journey here. And I don't know how long you've been on it, but I feel like you might have been on it for quite some time. Two of Cups, balance, okay, because we were fairly imbalanced here. And so I feel like the universe is wanting to give you this beautiful cup of love. Two Cups could be a relationship. It could be the universe now giving to us in the same sort of capacity that we are able to receive and give back. Okay. Two is about partnership, balance, choices. And here we have the Five of Swords in reverse. So we can identify where we're in sabotage mode, where situations aren't having the best sort of results for us when it's Five Swords. People could be difficult. Past things, situations might be difficult. Might be just situations that we don't want to experience. You know, we don't need to experience Five Swords situations. We can pull out of Five Swords situations in order to restore balance and healing. I feel like this is what you're ready to do here. Okay, pull yourself out, because I feel like you were either really stuck or a situation that you were really needing to understand for whatever reason, spiritually, mentally, and reconcile any sort of inner self understanding of how you engage, so that you could be reborn and engage differently in your world than how you have. King of Wands, look at that. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is all about being empowered, having the confidence, having the vision to attain what we want. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to ask Spirit for some more here for pile 3. What are they needing to know then about this message for pile 3 and this new moon? What are they needing to know? Anything I've missed? What is this message about for pile 3, Spirit? Oops. So one went flying and it fell exactly like that. Look at that. 10 Cups. Full emotional fulfillment with the 10 Cups. Okay, this could be two families coming together, two people coming together to be emotionally satisfied. This is the happily ever after. This is the ideal sort of committed relationship with the 10 Cups. So let's see, why are we seeing this, Spirit? We have the Emperor in reverse, Aries energy. So divine masculine in reverse could mean a need for order, could mean the Emperor in the shadow, which is could be quite controlling, could be dealing with maybe a situation where someone might have been, I don't know, either needing control or not knowing how to get empowered with the Emperor in reverse. So let's see, Spirit, what am I missing here in regards to pile 3's message this new moon? What are they needing to know? Why is the Emperor in reverse here, Spirit? What's the Emperor in reverse? Seven of Wands, the Devil, Capricorn energy. So we saw Four Pentacles. We see the Devil. This is being stuck to something. Unhealthy mindsets, unhealthy situations that hold us back. Seven of Wands is us sort of fighting for what we believe in, potentially being defensive. Under that, we have the Tower. Things falling away to reveal a truth. So untruths fall away. Sudden realizations we might have when our physical world is completely changed. And so I feel like the Devil is talking about some unhealthy way of being here that potentially was keeping either you empowered or people were showing up in the shadow here, in the shadow attribute of the Emperor, needing control. Okay, maybe not taking control. And so I feel like there's this outside world now that you're having to deal with here, because I feel like the illusion has fallen away. You've now taken the time to sort of reflect, do the hermit. And so the outside world now appears completely different. You can now see more people are in the shadow, or you were in the shadow, or you can make changes in your world here. Changes for the better, because I feel like you've been having to pull away here and sort of sit with yourself to understand certain parts of self. The Hierophant, this is what we value. This is also with the owls here. It's a greater understanding, you know, of what we want to commit to and greater learnings here. Five of Pentacles. So when we're in Five Pentacles, we feel like we're left out in the cold. Things aren't working out. We might be in situations where we feel like we're at a loss, but we have the ability to align ourselves to pull out of Five Pentacles, depending on what we commit to. And so I feel like you're wanting to commit to true happiness here. And I feel like you're seeing either you were not empowered to do this, or the people around you were allowing there to be your true happiness sort of coming in, because these people either are not, or this person, this Emperor energy that I'm feeling could be yours, could be someone else, not reflective of what was needing to happen in a situation in order to bring about a union or a happiness here, aligned with what you now know here with the Hierophant, because I feel like this is your understanding of what you want to commit to. This is your understanding of what you value, what you wanted to fight for. You no longer want to be held back or in devil situation here. I feel like there's a shattering of this illusion, you know, shattering of the devil here, because you could see it for what it is, that you've been out in the cold here. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, freeing yourself of your mental prison, your own mental prison, because I feel like you've been limited. Maybe dancing with the devil, engaged with the devil here, and you're no longer wanting to be in a mindset here that limited you, that made you feel empowered, or where other people were sort of acting out in a way here, stubborn, or not taking charge, or not doing it, you know, not doing whatever the it is here. Because I feel like the only person who can create what you want to see in your own world is yourself. So I think you examine, where do I want to commit to? Where is my happiness lie? Who does it lie with? Is it in this situation? Because I feel like by you now really examining the people around you, what's coming into harvest for you, I feel like your whole energy shifts here and aligns towards this Ten of Cups rather than what's not working. But it seems like a much more outward energy than it was internal, because I feel like you've been in internal energy for quite some time. Knight of Cups, yeah, external. You can give to a situation. This is how we express love, how we show love, how we give love. And the Star in reverse. So the Star is all about our wishes, attaining our wish, you know, seeing the thing we want and not really knowing how we can attain our wish and our hopes for the future here. This in reverse. You might have understood that whatever you were seeing in the past here, I feel, before the reflection, before pulling away and sort of contemplating here and sitting with a greater truth, I feel like there is a coming to terms with what it is you actually want, where you are held back and limited by your situation, who in your world is limiting you. And now you're more aligned with a true expression of where you want to pour your love or show your love. Because I feel like you now have sort of a different understanding of what your wish is for yourself, what your hopes are here. And I feel like you no longer want to, I don't know, like stay in situations here where you feel stuck or where you felt like it might have belonged to the past, your past self here. There's a greater realization here of what you deserve and aligning yourself with what you deserve. So we're going to pull a final message for pile 3. Look at that, Page of Cups. Early stages of opening our heart space here. Okay, that's innocent energy of following our heart's content here. So for pile 3, what is this message about? What are they needing to know about this new moon? Final message, anything I've missed, any questions they still might have that haven't been answered for pile number 3. What is this final message, Spirit? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Thank you so much. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, new beginning. Okay, this is having an opportunity and being able to explore the opportunity. The Chariot in reverse. I feel like we felt like we were stuck, and we might have been reflecting for so long here that the Chariot was stuck. We needed to find balance. We needed to integrate the shadow in order to move forward, to find success, because we were in a stuck situation, or just we were needing to find balance with the universe in order for us to move forward in a situation that was very stuck. Six of Swords. Yeah, we were stuck in a 5 Swords, not knowing how to get out, doing a whole bunch of reflecting, feeling like we couldn't find success. Okay, but there was always this opportunity, but the opportunity didn't really get explored or seen here because we were needing to reconcile or find balance or find a way out. Find a way out. Find a way out. Let the Star in reverse again. I feel like whatever you thought you wanted, whatever, I don't know, like whatever you thought you had wanted or seen as a future thing that you wanted to attain, I feel like you no longer are aligned with that. You're no longer pursuing the thing here. I feel like you're more aligned with the truth, with true colors here. Okay, and the truth is to attain what actually supports you. What is your actual 10 of Cups? And so I feel like the thing here that you might have been investing in, I feel like you're no longer sort of trying to align it in a way here for you, because I don't feel you feel it's meant for you so much anymore. Your outside world is changing. Your wishes are changing. The vision for yourself is changing. The way you want to direct yourself is changing. I think you want to go after what you want to go after so you can see it in front of you, because you're seeing things completely different, I feel here. Okay, with this thriving. 10 Pentacles. Yeah, we saw 10 Cups, now 10 Pentacles. It's like your future emotional fulfillment with who you're going to surround yourself with and what with the Pentacles. Where, what, how, you know, where you want to invest long term is different here. I feel like it is not this vision of what you might have thought you wanted or had but couldn't attain. I feel like this is something solid that you can commit to with the Hierophant. Something that can grow, that can be practical here, rather than something I feel here that isn't aligned with you anymore. The 3 of Wands. Yeah, you're no longer wanting to explore in the same direction, I feel, or have growth in the direction that you were thinking was your wish or thinking was your path. I feel like that got blocked. Okay, that got blocked for a reason by the universe. And so you were stuck there, having to reconcile 5 Swords, having to make sense of it. I feel like you're now freeing yourself in a practical way, so your outside world now reflects this beautiful thing that you're creating. It's no longer just this pie-in-the-sky vision of something that you'd pray for or hope for to see change or want or desire. I feel like it's now you making things happen, you tangibly touching this opportunity. Early stages, opportunity in front of you, what you can make happen, thriving, surrounding yourself with the right people, taking action, seeing it in front of you. Okay, like you're free for this, like with this warrior energy. You've done the work. Pile number 3, Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there was a situation here that was very unclear, that wasn't allowing you to take action right away in the truth with this true colors. Okay, because this is walking, talking our truth, seeing clearly what we want to take action on, what we want to do here in order to move forward. And I feel like it was unclear. You needed to reflect. You've been sitting on this for some time. You've been reflecting. You've been sitting potentially with having to reconcile a greater truth, having to see a greater truth. And I don't think you saw in front of you what you were wanting to see, because I don't think the people were aligned. Your physical world wasn't reflective of it. Okay, and so I feel like you haven't been able to see for some time. But I think what you're going to see here with this new moon is your opportunity, your ability to move in this direction and no longer stay stuck in whatever was in a place where you couldn't expand, a place that was trying to keep you sort of hostage, or that there was a lot of difficulty. It wasn't balanced. You no longer want to just talk about some sort of vision for a future. You want to actually make it happen here. You want something you can grow. Okay, you want to have something you can actually see that can turn into a pentacle, not just some sort of, I don't know, like fantasy thing here. Okay, this is like coming into fruition. So I feel there is a new beginning, okay, with the Ace of Swords here, this page and this renewal. And the new beginning is how you're navigating here in the physical world. And I feel like you're now going from something that was keeping you feeling stuck and like it wasn't manifesting what you wanted, to now being able to commit yourself to something you can build long term here. Okay, like a new opportunity here. And I feel like it's taken a lot of time to reflect. Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Something had you really stuck. It wasn't moving one way or another. And so because it wasn't moving and it was unclear, you had to make a decision. Okay. And I mean, Two Swords is we could stay there indecisive. We could stay in the uncertainty, not knowing which way to move, waiting on other things, or we could just completely disregard and move in a complete different direction. And I feel this is what you do towards some manifestation, because that situation no longer does it for you here. Okay, but I feel there's freedom. I feel like it's based on you doing the work, having this experience, and moving towards aligning yourself with something that actually does bring you happiness here. Okay, that supports you and in your growth, because I feel like you've done a lot of growth here, and so it's very apparent to you. You know, what is joyful energy? Where can you have fun? Where is there abundance? Where do you see this joy? You know, and is it reflected in the people around you? And if it's not, I feel you see it right away now. You see it right away. And so you're aligning your outside world with what matters to you. Pile number 3, that's your reading. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.